Look at him. He actually thought he was invited. Send him back to the gutter where he belongs.
Heal me for $1 million, the man laughed, his voice sharp with pride and doubt. The crowd smiled with him. Then a quiet boy stepped forward, placed 2 fingers on the man's wrist. And everything changed. Heal me for $1 million, the man laughed, loud enough for the whole room to hear. His laugh bounced off white marble floors and tall glass walls. People froze. Some smiled. Some looked away. No one expected what came next. The boy stood near the back, small, thin, wearing a faded shirt that hung loose on his shoulders. His shoes were worn down at the edges. His hands were clean but rough, like they had worked harder than his years allowed. His eyes stayed calm, even as the laughter rolled over him like heat from an open fire. The man who laughed was known everywhere. He had money, power, and a name that filled rooms before he entered them. Today, his face was pale. His left hand shook when he thought no one noticed. Pain lived behind his smile, sharp and deep, like a warning he could not silence. The room smelled of strong perfume and polished stone. Screens on the walls showed numbers rising and falling. People whispered in low tones, careful not to show fear. This man had collapsed earlier. Doctors had rushed him here. Tests had been done. Nothing clear. The pain remained, and now he joked. Heal me for $1 million. A joke to cover fear. A joke to remind everyone who held power. The boy did not laugh. He had come with his mother, who cleaned offices at night. She stood near the door, eyes wide, hands tight around a cloth bag. She wanted to pull him back, to hide him from eyes that judged without mercy. But the boy stepped forward anyway. He was not brave in the loud way. His heart beat fast, but his breath stayed slow. He had learned that long ago. When he was younger, he watched his grandmother heal people in a small room that smelled of herbs and soap. She never rushed. She listened more than she spoke. She said the body tells the truth if you learn how to hear it. She taught him with patience. She showed him how to feel a pulse, not just count it. How to notice heat, tension, tiny changes that others missed. She said pain leaves marks like footprints. You just have to know where to look. His grandmother had died 2 winters ago. The house felt empty without her quiet songs. But her lessons stayed, steady as breath. The boy remembered the day she told him something he would never forget. Power does not shout. It waits now, in this bright room full of money and noise. He waited. People noticed him at last. A few frowned. One man scoffed. A woman shook her head, her lips tight with pity and doubt. A security guard took a step forward, ready to move the boy aside. The millionaire raised an eyebrow, amused, curious. Tired, you kid? His smile returned, thin and sharp. The boy did not answer with words. He stepped closer, slow and respectful. He did not ask for money. He did not ask for trust. He simply held out his hand. Silence spread. It felt heavy, like the air before a storm. The man almost waved him away. Almost, but pain flared again, sudden and cruel. His breath caught. His hand clenched. Fine, he said, trying to laugh again. Go on then. The boy placed 2 fingers on the man's wrist. His touch was gentle, steady. His eyes closed. In that moment, the room faded for him. He felt the pulse under his fingers, fast but uneven. He felt heat along the arm, tension near the shoulder. He pictured the body like his grandmother taught him, not as parts, but as paths. He moved his fingers slightly, pressing, then easing. He adjusted the man's arm, lifting it just enough to release pressure. His other hand rested lightly near the collarbone where tightness hid. The millionaire frowned. The pain shifted. Not gone yet, but different. Less sharp. More distant? What are you doing? Someone whispered. The boy stayed silent. His face showed focus, not effort. He followed what he felt, not what he saw. He remembered cold mornings, helping his grandmother warm, aching hands. He remembered her voice telling him to trust his sense. A few seconds passed, 10, maybe less. The man's breath slowed. His shoulders dropped. The shaking stopped. He blinked, confused. He waited for the pain to return. It did not. His eyes widened. He moved his arm. No fire, no stab. Just a dull memory fading fast. The room seemed to lean in. The millionaire stood still, then straightened fully. His face changed, color returning. His hand fell to his side, relaxed. "What did you do?" he asked, his voice lower now. The boy opened his eyes. He stepped back. He spoke softly, clear and calm. "I listened." A murmur spread. Doctors stepped closer, checking monitors. Numbers settled into normal lines. One of them swallowed hard, staring at the boy like he was seeing something new. The millionaire laughed again, but this time it broke halfway. It turned into a breath, shaky and real. He looked at the boy, really looked. Not as a joke, not as a shadow. As a person. "You healed me," he said. The boy shook his head slightly. He did not want praise. He did not want attention. He had learned that too. "Your body did the work," he said. "I just helped it remember." The words landed deep. Some felt shame. Some felt wonder. Some felt hope they had forgotten. The millionaire reached into his pocket, pulled out his phone, ready to transfer money without thought. The old habit of solving everything with wealth. The boy raised his hand gently. "Please," he said. "No money." The room froze again. The man stared. "Why not?" The boy thought of his mother's tired hands, of his grandmother's quiet smile, of nights when hunger came and went, like a visitor no one invited. He spoke with care. "Healing is not a trick. It is a duty." A line formed in the air, clear and strong. Power does not shout. It waits. The millionaire felt something shift inside him, deeper than pain ever reached. He nodded slowly. He turned to the room. His voice carried, calm and firm. "This boy deserves respect." Security stepped back. Doctors lowered their eyes, humbled. People stood straighter. The man knelt then, right there on the polished floor. He met the boy at eye level. "Thank you," he said, simple and true. The boy nodded once. News spread fast, faster than laughter ever did. By evening, the story moved through the city like light. A poor boy, a rich man, a moment that changed both. But the boy did not stay. He left with his mother, slipping into the street where life waited as it always had. Weeks later, the millionaire kept his word in a different way. He funded a small clinic in the boy's neighborhood. He asked doctors to listen more, to rush less, to remember why they started. He never used the boy's name for fame. He never claimed credit. He just changed. The boy kept learning. He studied books when he could. He practiced with patience. He carried his grandmother's lessons like a quiet flame. Some stories end with applause. This one ended with respect, because sometimes the strongest power is silence. Sometimes the greatest healing comes from hands the world overlooks. If this story moved you, share where you are watching from. Tell us what silent strength means to you. And subscribe for more stories that honor heroes who never asked to be seen.